Hello, Lancer Nation. Welcome back to the Daily Cox Gymnasium for the 2020 TCU Bi-County Tournament. We've got quite a treat for you tonight as we've got two games. The Lancers versus the Triton, both games. And we're going to bring you something really special tonight. You're going to hear a couple different voices. You won't have to listen to all my dry jokes throughout the night. We've got Tony Ross coming in from 98.3, and he's going to help cover most of the action tonight. Thank you for listening on LVH1. Your voice of Lancer Nation.
TCUnet.com today. Teachers Credit Union deposits are federally insured by the NCUA, and we are an equal housing opportunity. Looking to shape up, but
Evan, hand me my first sheet up there real quick.
For a new challenge in your fitness effort. Whatever your situation, here's a happier, healthier tomorrow, and it's available right now. Come to Plymouth Fitness Forum Sports and Wellness Center. Make new friends. Join a group exercise program or athletics class. Enjoy the Dance Academy. A more energetic, enthusiastic you begins at the Fitness Forum at Life Place. Stop in at Miller Drive or visit fitnessforum.biz.
Let's talk with the coaches of the Lancers Chargers Sideline Show with Tony Ross.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Courtside, and it's brought to you by our good friends at Ancilla College. Find out how you become an Ancilla Charger by logging on to ancillachargers.com. And we also want to welcome in worldwide on the stream to LVH1 joining us. And it's a pleasure to welcome in the head coach, Adam Heckman of the Triton Lady Trojans, whose girls comes in with an 8-10 mark. You know, one of those kind of seasons, it's been a hit and miss kind of year, quite frankly, for this particular group. Some nights you're shooting well, some nights you're not. Sometimes you're handling the ball well, sometimes you're not.
Yeah, I mean, I think that sums it up. We haven't been real consistent. We have had some really good nights, and we've had other nights where we just can't quite piece it together. So, you know, we're hoping tonight we come in, we're prepared. We hope we can piece it together on both ends instead of just the defensive end and maybe get a win and play the Thursday night in the semifinals.
You also suffered a tough loss, too, in Whitney Miller.
That hurts a lot. You know, senior night, she dislocated her shoulder there in the last 3 minutes, and it's going to... It hurts all around not being able to see her finish her senior year after everything she's been through. But it hurts, you know, from a team standpoint too, not having her leadership out there.
However, there is the next man up, you know, thing that you always talk about. So talk a little bit about that. What can we expect right now? Is it going to be by committee?
You know, that's our intent is, you know, we've talked to the girls about you got to pick up what she did, and we need everybody to pick up. And last game it was Jalen Bulis. You know, she stepped in the starting role for Whitney, and she comes out and scores 9 points for us and picks up the rebounds Whitney usually got. And it was really nice to see her be able to do that. You know, and hopefully she can continue that consistency, and everybody else can step up and do a little bit more too.
Boy, Taryn Yates has had a nice year for you.
She has. She's done a really good job from a sophomore standpoint, handling the ball for us, being aggressive on the offensive end, and we're still trying to get that out of her. There's times that, you know, you talked about consistency. There's games where she just looks like nobody's going to stop her and keep her in front, and there's other games she tends to shy away from it, so we're hoping to continue to see a little bit more consistency from there too.
Tonight you're taking on a LaVille team. Don't let the 117 record fool you. This team's ready for a big win, and this is, of course, on their home court. You know, you've got to come out out of the gate quick.
Absolutely. You know, we talked about that in the locker room. You know, sometimes games like this are a struggle because, you know, our girls maybe aren't taking it as serious as they need to sometimes, and you know they're hungry for a win. You know, they won, I think, the first game of the year it was, somewhere around there, second game, and so it's been a while. They want to win, and they're playing hard. They played Caston really well. They scored a lot of points against John Glenn recently. We know they're capable, and we need to come out and try to shut them down early and get our confidence.
All right, buddy, best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, when we come back, we'll get a chance to talk to LaVille head coach after this. Thanks, buddy.
Why take on loads of student loan debt when I can go to Ancilla College? They are the least expensive private college in Indiana. They've built a 100-bed residence hall, expanded 18 job-ready associate degree programs, and they have athletic teams I can join. I can choose from nursing, criminal justice, agriculture, and more. Ancilla College. We believe in you. Believe in yourself. www.ancilla.edu.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome back here courtside, presented by our good friends at Ancilla College. Pleasure to welcome in the LaVille head coach, Dan Plettinger. You know, Dan, doggone, I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. 17 losses in a row here, but you know that becomes a little deceiving. It hasn't been for the lack of effort.
No, lack of effort's never an issue with this team. We just gotta win we got to separate the game into portions, into chunks. We just got to win each chunk of the game and put it all together.
You know, the one thing that has been a constant for your girls has been your ability to get better at ball pressure. And it's rattled a few cages, and you got a really good game against Caston where you put up some numbers, you know. So, I mean, it's still a building kind of scenario for your girls, isn't it?
Yeah, we're putting more pressure on the ball. We're just playing good overall, better team defense. You know, a lot of our steals are coming off passes, stealing the other team's passes. So really that whole team defense concept is starting to click and just get that sense of urgency to force more turnovers.
Well, on the offensive side of things, you got to figure out a way to get Metters and Cox the ball a little bit more and have them a little bit more aggressive offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, our focus is to get the ball inside as much as possible, but also look for shots elsewhere. And we just need those outside shooters to hit a little bit more to open things up in the middle a little bit more. And we're going to have one of those games.
Yes,
it's coming.
That's right. Well, it could be tonight. What's going to be key for you guys?
Just making shots and just executing our game plan. Not worried so much about what they're doing, but being able to adjust.
All right, buddy. Best of luck. Go get them.
Thanks.
All right, when we come back, we're going to continue on, and we'll have our starting lineups coming up, our keys to the game. It's all part of the pregame show presented by our good friends at the Gutter Guys. And, of course, we also welcoming all you listening and watching through LVH1 television. And we welcome you to Max 98.3's coverage of the 55th Annual TCU Bi-County. More pregame in a moment.
Keeping up with your local news? Do you know what events are going on in your city or town? If you're not connected, you should be with the Pilot News. The Pilot News is your hometown newspaper that's been Marshall County's official news source since 1851. Get ready as the Pilot News is offering a one-day-only leap year circulation special. February 28th from 8 to 4. It's for 15 weeks at an incredible low cost of just $29. This offer must be prepaid, limited one special per household, in-state subscriptions only. Mark it down on your calendar, February 28th from 8 to 4. The one-day-only leap year circulation special on the Pilot News.
Time now for the keys to the game, sponsored by A&M Home Services. Once again, here's Tony Ross.
Well, welcome back here to the friendly confines of the Daily Cox Gymnasium as we're just about a handful of minutes away from getting this one started. And, of course, our Bi-County coverage brought to you by and sponsored by our good friends at Teachers Credit Union. The 55th annual, hard to believe, 55 years this wonderful tournament has been in existence. Well, it's one of the older tournaments in the state of Indiana, as a matter of fact. And, well, make no mistake about it, 4 games tonight taking place, especially the one happening right now that we're about ready to partake in. And that's this Triton LaVille matchup. And, guys, let's talk about this girls matchup. You know, we heard both coaches kind of talking, and you can hear a little bit of the frustration in both coaches' voices out. They just wish they could find some consistency in about almost every aspect of their game.
Well, and frustration comes from that inconsistency in shooting the basketball, and like Coach Heckerman talked about, Tony, with you there on the sideline show, handling the basketball and taking care of the basketball, and that's been the roller coaster season his team's been on, and now even a bigger question, you know, how do you fill the void of losing your leading scorer, which is just a huge blow. So how the Trojans come out tonight will be very interesting to see, because this late in the season, that's almost impossible to try to, you know, piece together that, you know, really cavernous void, if you will, losing your leading scorer.
Evan, this LaVille team, they're still looking for that big win. They're getting better. The offense is slowly coming around. Their schedule hasn't given them any break, however. But when you're coming in with dropping 17 straight, it's kind of tough to get the ball rolling. The good news is you're on your home court and you're playing in a tournament that you really hope to shine in. So is that motivation enough to hopefully get you over the hump?
I think if this isn't motivation enough to get them over the hump, I don't know what will be, because this is, I mean, you're playing in the Bi-County tournament, which is the biggest tournament in this area, and you're playing against a team that is a conference rival. So if you're not fired up and ready to play tonight, then I don't know what's going to get them ready to play.
So offense has been coming at a premium for both of these clubs, Doug, and you know, I mentioned to Dan a little bit ago for the Lady Lancers, it's about getting a lot of touches in Allison Metters and even more so Trinity Cox. Trinity's been in a little bit of a scoring slump lately. As a matter of fact, you know, 2 games she's only had 7 points. That can't happen, not out of this team's best player. She's got to figure out a way to get a little more open for that fact, maybe even want the ball a little bit more.
Well, Trinity's too good a player, and like you said, Tony, they got got to get her involved. And with that said, you know, the games we've had that we've done for LaVille, you know, they've really struggled to just bringing the ball up the floor, and turnovers have been plenty, and they just haven't given themselves really a shot to win because they haven't taken enough shots to win because of unforced errors. But boy, when they handle pressure, it seems to really you know, they really fold against pressure and turn the ball over with regularity. Not only that, but when they do turn it over, those lead to many fast break opportunities. So I would expect Triton to definitely pressure the Lancer guards and make it tough, because when LaVille does get in the half court, as we've seen, they are a pretty decent, you know, effective half-court offense, especially when the ball goes through Cox.
Well, and finally for Triton, I mean, we mentioned a moment ago, Whitney Miller's out of this lineup, Evan. Someone's going to have to step up and fill those shoes.
Yeah, and whenever you lose a leading scorer, it's devastating offensively, but it's that next man up mentality that you were talking about during the coach interview, and somebody's got to find it in themselves to step up and be that leading scorer for him now.
Well, look for the Vera girls. I think they're going to have to play a big role in this one tonight going into this matchup. And I think we're probably going to see a few points scored from those two young ladies. Eliza has got 21 on the season. She's been given limited playing time. Abby, though, has had a much better season. 51 points for her, averaging 3 a game. But this is an opportunity for her to get a few extra numbers on her tally sheet. So that is our keys to the game, brought to you by good friends at A&M Home Services. From Roast to Basements, we've got you covered at A&M Home Services. We welcome those folks tuning in on LVH1 as we are streaming live here from the Delhi Cox Gymnasium, kickstarting the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Tournament here from LaVille High School. We'll be back with our starting lineups and a lot more, so don't go away. Tip off, oh, it's just about less than a minute away. Back after this 30-second break.
Hey Lancers, are you looking to work for a big corporation, own your own business, take stock for a professional sports team, or handle money? Well, I'm here to tell you about DECA. I'm Trinity Cox, and I'm the Vice President of Hospitality and Tourism for our school's DECA chapter. I've been a part of DECA for 2 years now, and I've had the time of my life here. I've competed at both district and state level last year, and look to go back again this year. You have the chance to compete as a solo event or be a part of a team decision-making event. DECA has really opened up my eyes to a different aspect of business.
The Auto Group, they treat you like family, as it's time for our starting lineups. And to get that started, let's head down to courtside. And here's Scott Shearer, our public address announcer.
TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament tonight features the Triton High School Trojans and the LaVille High School Lancers. Before we meet tonight's starting lineups, we ask everyone to please rise. Gentlemen, kindly remove your caps as we honor America and those that defend our country each day with the playing of our national anthem.
Let's get to our starting lineups, brought to you by the Shepherd Auto Group. Once again, here is Scott Shearer.
Starting lineups. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Triton High School Trojans. Starting at one guard, 5'1" and a senior, number 12, Jessica Soriano. Starting at a second guard, 5'2" and a freshman, number 34, Kinsey Atkins. Starting at center, 5'10" and a junior, number 24, Abby Veers. Starting at 1 forward, 5'7" and a junior, number 20, Jalen Buells. And starting at the second forward, 5'10" and a junior, number 32, Lexia Ostrauser. The Trojans are coached by Adam Heckerman. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the LaVille High School Lancers. Starting at 1 guard, 5 foot and a senior, number 12, Natalie Gonzalez. Starting in a second guard, 5'6" and a sophomore, number 14, Madeline Fox. Starting at center, 5'10" and a junior, number 31, Allison Metters. Starting at 1 forward, 6'1" and a senior, number 10, Trinity Cox. And the other forward, 5'3" and a sophomore, number 32, McKenna Tribby. The Lancers are coached by Daniel Pleninger. Tonight's officials, from Indianapolis, Mr. John Kuzmansky. From Muncie, Mr. Keith Grubbs. And from Fort Wayne, Mr. Tony Nemeth.
So that's your starting lineups, brought to you by the Shepherd Auto Group, where we treat you like family. Hi again, everyone, along with Doug Griffith, Tony Ross, Evan Mangus, courtside. Doug, what do you expect out of the gate here?
Well, again, I'd look for Triton to really pressure LaVille as much as possible, force some turnovers and possible fast break opportunities, and jump on the Lancers. The Lancers got to take care of the basketball, get into their half-court sets, and work their offense through Cox.
All right, we're ready to go, and the tip is going to be controlled, and LaVille will have it. Tribby will bring it across the timeline for the Lady Lancers, finding Gonzalez. Gonzalez at the top of the key, getting it off to the left wing side of Madeline Fox, averaging 2 points a game for this Lancer squad. Now Tribby with a bad pass, but a great save. Gonzalez on the right side. Brings it back to the top to McKenna. McKenna will go to the left wing side one more time, and Maddie Fox with control. Maddie scoring 37 points so far this season. Right now we are scoreless, and a half minute into this first quarter. We also welcome in our good friends at LVH1, streaming this game live in association with Max 98.3. Love working with these wonderful folks here from LVH1. LaVille High School has hosted this place for all the years of this wonderful tournament, 55 years as a matter of fact, and Teachers Credit Union once again sponsoring it. Good ball movement here by LaVille, showing a lot of patience. There's the post up to Cox, but she couldn't handle the pass. She lost it, and it's stolen away, and Jessica Soriano, the senior, one of 3 seniors on this team, gets control, and now Triton will go the other way, still in a scoreless affair. Now to Ostrauser, off to the right wing side to Soriano again. Lobs it down low, trying to find the post up. Ostrauser, she shoots and scores. And the game's first points go to the Lady Trojans. Ostrauser averaging 5 points a game. So the Lancers with their second ball possession of the contest. Tribby.
Well, Triton sagging into that zone, Tony, almost daring LaVille to shoot from the outside. So somebody's going to have to step up for the Lancers and knock down an outside jumper.
Fox on that left wing side. We'll get it back to the top, handled by Gonzalez. Now work to the right wing. One more time, Tribby again. McKenna, young sophomore. Love her hustle. And now a bad pass by Fox, stolen away by Triton. And so back-to-back possessions for Triton have, or I should say LaVille, have resulted in turnovers. Kenzie Atkins, young freshman, and boy, she's got talent. Really good shooter. Dumps it off into Soriano's hands. Soriano getting the start this year, 35 turnovers. She has really been able to cut those numbers down as this season has gone on. Pass to Ostrauser to the right elbow, darts it underneath, and unable to finish there was Abby Veers. And LaVille comes away with the rebound as Cox outlets.
Couple good looks so far for the Lady Trojans. Obviously part of their game plan is to work the ball inside, and so far so good. They've capitalized on one of those 2 point-blank opportunities.
Offense has been at such a premium for LaVille. They're averaging only 9 field goals a game out of 33 shot attempts each game. So the shot attempts are plenty. It's just the marksmanship has been poor, as a timeout's going to be called here by LaVille. And with 5:13 left to go here in the first, it's the 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament on Max 98.3. Back after this timeout.
human being. DECA will help you grow into a young, mature adult if you join, just like it has helped me. You will have the chance to make tons of new friends as we are a growing chapter and look to continue to grow for the future. If you are a sophomore through a senior and would like to join DECA, come talk to the chapter advisor, Mr. Thomas, today and start your journey.
Michiana Contracting, diverse, flexible, dependable. Michiana Contracting has grown to one of the most comprehensive contractors in the state of Indiana.
Well, our game of the week, the TCU 55th Annual Bi-County Basketball Tournament, brought to you in part by the Gutter Guys of Plymouth. Call the Gutter Guys where we make it seamless. Call 780-2311. All right, Lady Lancers run the offense here. Coming off that timeout, they're trailing only 2-0. 5 minutes left to go here in the first frame. Tribby with the basketball, right near the back volleyball line. We'll go to the right to Maddie Fox. Fox dribbles, tries to go baseline, denied that. We'll skip it back up top, and now one more time Gonzalez to Tribby. Tribby, lob down low to Cox, gets to the right elbow, kicks it to an open wing to Fox, juggles the pass, otherwise she gets a shot off. Now down low to Trinity, down low, lost the ball, got it back out. Gonzalez on a shot fake traveled, as that will give the ball back up for the Lady Lancers. This is a Lady Lancer team that has had 46 turnovers in their last 4 contests. Turnovers have been, least to say, a big bugaboo.
And they haven't even attempted a shot yet because they've committed 3 turnovers. They're just not attacking that zone, Tony. You got to be really aggressive, attack the zone, and Cox, they're going to collapse on her all evening long.
Atkins fires a shot from the right wing, no good. Cox comes away with a loose rebound, and now it's LaVille back up on the offense. Gonzalez finding Tribby. Tribby with a pass fake, now to the middle to Metters. Allison in trouble, rips the ball free, gets it back to Gonzalez outside the wing. Now out of Maddie Fox. Fox to the far wing, Tribby. Tribby puts the ball down, dribbles to the middle, and now to Gonzalez.
Well, and that flasher that's coming across the lane for LaVille, when they catch the ball, they're bringing it down. That's when one of the things they talked about, the timeout, you got to keep the ball high, keep your passing options open.
Here's the lead down low to Trinity Cox, and we got a foul called at the 3:36 mark of the opening quarter. Still 2-0 Triton. That foul goes against Ostrauser.
Her first, team first. Entering the lineup.
The most points scored this year for LaVille, 37. And that came against John Glenn. Their least point total of the year was against Winnemac most recently when they were held to 11 in a loss. Both losses, by the way. 5 games have seen LaVille score under 20 points. Again, all losses. There's a turnover there by LaVille again, so all of their possessions so far have resulted in giveaways. Triton back on the offense, up 2-0. Ostrauser playing out high with a bad pass that's going to go across the timeline, and there you see a bit of what Coach Heckerman has been frustrated with this season. Unforced turnovers there.
Well, and he's certainly not happy about that one. He just told his player, you know, just throw the ball away, and that was a very lazy pass that resulted in a turnover.
Triton has turned over the ball 16 times per game on average. Here's a jumper from the middle, and unable to finish there was Lucy Shirk, a very talented freshman, and now the other way. Triton on the offense. Chased down is Soriano, but she got the pass off to the wing, and trying to dart through was her teammate, and getting in the lane, Gonzalez to steal it away for LaVille. Now Cox to push it up. Trinity takes the left side, needs some help, waits for the trailer. That's Gonzalez. Gonzalez, one of 3 seniors on this roster for LaVille. The Maddie Fox stopped to the left block. Worked back out to Gonzalez again. Hanging around the back volleyball line, able to find Tribby. Tribby will go to the right corner, Fox. Fox puts the ball down. Now it's going to find the middle to Trinity again. She tries to go up, and she's going to draw the whistle and the foul. Clock stops at 2:22 left to go here in the first frame. 2-0, Triton with the lead still. So the second foul now on Triton. Lady Lancers will inbound right to the basket as Trinity Cox will do the honors here. Trinity looking, nice catch right side. Here's a pull-up jumper, Lucy Shirk, no good. Big rebound, Cox, no foul from behind, she lost the ball. Down goes a Triton player. But the Lady Trojans get the loose ball, and it's going to be pushed up court by Jalen Bulis. She'll dump it off to the right side to Atkins, who then hands it off to Soriano again. Soriano dumps it to the right wing side. She wants to attack the free throw line. That's as far as she gets. Dumps left side to Soriano. Pocket pick. LaVille gets another steal. And in the battle for it, 4 players go down, drawing a whistle. Stopping the clock at 1:51 remaining in the first.
Really surprised, Tony, on the Triton defensive end that they haven't pressured out on the perimeter and tried to force some of LaVille's ball handlers into some miscues. They're just packing in that zone, which I can understand to a certain degree, but well, I would pressure the heck out of the LaVille ball handlers.
All right, it'll be Soriano inbounding left of the basket here for the Lady Trojans, and she just couldn't muscle it in. A great step-in steal by LaVille's Cassie Watts, and the young sophomore draws a jump ball whistle, which means it'll go to her Lady Lancers. So good work by Cassie, jumping the lane there to get that interception.
That's 3 straight possessions for Triton, has resulted in turnovers, and as you would expect, Coach Heckman is not too pleased.
Standing with his arms folded. Won't explain to you what the look is, but those of you watching on LVH1, well, you can see for yourself. Here's a lead down low to Metters. That gets stolen away. Good read by Emma Hepler, and Emma will bring it across the timeline. Hemler, right angle high, still looking. Now dumps it off, able to find Atkins. Work to the near side. Nice grab by Soriano. Works hard against her defender, that being Gonzalez. Now back to the top. Hepler to the right side to Atkins. Darts to the free throw line. Stop there. Soriano works the ball around to the left wing. Hepler now to Atkins to the right corner. Soriano driving in. Finds her baseline teammate Beeler, and she scores on the jumper. Or scratch that, make that Bulis. So Bulis scores, and Triton up 4-0 with 44 seconds and counting left to go in the first. There's a loose ball whistle and a foul against Triton. They doubled up on Allison Metters. That foul goes against Triton's Abby Veers. That'll be Veers first, team third. LaVille lobs it in, and Watts lost her shot. No walk called. Back to Gonzalez at the perimeter. Skipped it over to Trevi on the left wing side. Reversed it to the near wing. Here's a jumper by Veers, and make that Watts no good, and the rebound whistle sounds. And a foul has been called. This goes against LaVille. Lucy Shirt got a little too aggressive underneath and gets called for the no-no. So Triton now back on the offense. And it'll be Atkins giving it off to Hepler. A touch by Bulis, now worked over to Soriano. She curls in for the right block. Layup shot, score, and the foul. Good aggressive move by Jessica Soriano, who came into tonight's play with only 10 points, but she's going to see some more playing time now that their main ball handler and leading scorer, Whitney Miller, out of the lineup for a while. And how about poor Whitney Miller? 3 years in a row she has suffered an injury. 2 ACLs, and now a dislocated shoulder. 6-0 Triton, down to 5 seconds to go here in the first. LaVille trying to get their first point of the game. Here's Gonzalez at the horn with a floater, and that's going to be short. And we have completed 1 quarter of basketball here from the Daily Cox Gymnasium. And your score, it's Triton 6, LaVille nothing. The 55th annual TCU Bi-County Basketball Tournament continues on Max 98.3 after this timeout.
Hey, this is Mia Mears, your reporter of LaVille FFA. The national organization is dedicated to making a positive difference in the lives of students by developing the potential for premier leadership, personal growth, and career success through agricultural education. In FFA, you get hands-on experience in the trades and get to be a part of the community. You should join LaVille FFA. Bye, Lancers!
Evan Mangus, just only 6-0. Triton with the lead.
Here's the score for you, Tony. Argus 13, New Prairie 2, starting the second quarter.
Dan Dewar and the Lady Dragons trying to get off on the right foot to begin this tournament. Triton tries to get some offense going for the foul. So here we go with Trinity Cox called with the foul. My apologies. No, it was Madeline Fox. That was.
Hey, this is Mia Mears, your reporter of LaVille FFA. The national.
No good. Gonzalez grabs the miss, and again LaVille trying to get on the board. They're 7 or 8.5 minutes without getting a bucket. Cox to the left wing side, able to find Gonzalez. He's going to look to reverse it to Cox over the far side. Goes baseline with the drive, put it down, goes up strong, draws the foul, and this will be a 2-shot foul for Trinity Cox. This LaVille team has also struggled from the free throw line at 53%. Trinity comes in 14 of 24 from the charity stripe at 58%. And that free throw goes out. So the score stays 6-0 Triton, 7:12 remaining here in the second quarter. And the next free throw for Trinity coming up. That one's good. So LaVille gets on the board. Almost took him 8 minutes to do so. Triton leads 6-1. Lady Trojans on the offense. Handling the ball is Hepler. Hepler tries to get it down low to Haustrasser. Back out to Hepler. Hepler wanted to attack that elbow. Denied that. Good defense, LaVille. Now worked around to the near side to Yates. He had to go catch it. Yates now dribbles it back off to Hepler again. Hepler wants to attack. Denied. Keeps it outside the perimeter. Hepler now drops it over to Haustrasser. Lexio brings it back up top again. Worked around to Yates to the corner. Yates gets to the elbow. That's as far as she goes. And again, good defense by LaVille, keeping Triton out high with the ball. Now into the hands of Haustrasser. She tries to go in, cannot do it. And now down to Hepler. Got to the left elbow, kept on the perimeter to Yates in the far corner. Yates finds Lexia down low, and she's fouled on her way up. Late on the help side was Lucy Shirk, and she's called for the foul. Nope, they're going to give Trinity Cox that foul. So Trinity picks up her first. Each team now has 4 fouls as Haustrasser goes to the free throw line. Lexia 56% on the season from the charity stripe. Will knock that one down, and that'll add to her Lady Trojan 7-1 advantage. Second free throw up. That one too hard, and the rebound, Karam's loose, back to Triton. Good steal by Bulis. She'll pop a jumper from 14, no good, and the rebound taken away by LaVille. Rebecca Beeler brings it across the timeline, dumped it off to Trinity. Now worked over to Gonzalez. Natalie keeps the dribble with Yates guarding her. Nice little pump fake, and now kick down low to the right block, trying to dribble in to the wing. Cox, good leaping save. Now kept on the perimeter. It's Watts. Now winner. So the Lancers now trailing by 8, 10-2 as Triton with a big bucket there. Trinity Cox will get it over to Watts. Now to Gonzalez at the top. Gonzalez reverse left wing side, a lead down low to Trinity. Trinity turns and she can't get a shot away, but she also draws. Oh, nope, the ball just gets knocked out of her hands. So the clock stops at 5 minutes and 11 seconds.